Okay. So today is my day off. Again, for those of you who don't know, I'm on vacation, and I had planned on doing this when I first decided to go on vacation this week, but also it's just a coincidence that whole Danica Lynn thing went down this weekend, and according to her, her and Dark Trash Man served as an awareness on getting tested for HIV and AIDS, or getting tested for HIV, and that brought it home even more for me. So this morning I went and got tested, and you know, it's always a nerve-wracking feeling when you go in that office and then you start reflecting back. You're like, okay, now, you know, was I as safe as I could have been or should have been? And was this person being honest with me? You know, that it was only me, that they were, you know. And it just makes you reflect on that and think about all the possibilities, you know. Just even the fact that you're getting tested means that you weren't really as safe as you could have been. So, and while I was in the office, you know, you kind of look at the people coming in and you're like, I wonder if they have it, or, you know. And so while I was sitting there waiting in the office, I went, they, you know, did a swab in my mouth, and they also test for syphilis, so I have a little mark where they took my blood. I have to go back for that in 2 weeks. But when I came back out to wait for the results, I saw a woman come in, and she had a mask on. You know, like Michael Jackson used to wear, or like when carpenters, when it's dust, they wear those masks. And she was kind of skinny, kind of puny, and she was, I don't know if she's coming in to get her meds or whatever. But I was like, man, you know, I wonder how she felt when she got her results. And, you know, it's like, somebody here in Nashville has HIV because they gave it to her. So I'm like, oh, I wonder if I mess with that person, you know. And then she had, I don't know if it was her husband or her boyfriend or whoever, he came in looking like death on wheels, man. He looked really bad, and he was coughing, and I was like, oh. You know, that made it even worse, because you're like, ooh, could that be me in like 5 years? It's just nerve-wracking getting a test, but it's a necessary evil because you want to be able to tell whoever you're with or subsequent partners, hey, I'm negative, you know, and we need to be safe, you need to get tested, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, got my results, and they came back negative, thank God. And so of course that makes me just want to shut it down and be celibate forever. But we all know that, you know, that's the more likely than not that won't happen. So anyway, I just want to make a video trying to bring awareness and trying to get everybody tested, because I was looking at some stats, man, and it's just not looking good for us as black people. You know, I'm sure you've heard of these stats. We're 13% of the population, but we're 49% of HIV positive, you know, people. And I'm like, how the hell are we 49%? You know? And actually that number is high, but the actual number of cases, I think, of HIV and AIDS is under 500,000, if I'm not mistaken, in the country. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that, but from what I saw, I think it was under 500,000 people who are positive right now. So it's really not that many people as compared to this country. It's got like 250 million people in it. So less than 500,000 people is not that much, but I'll have to check on that, and if it's different, I'll put the number in the sidebar. But also, men make up about 41% of HIV positive people. Well, men, and black men do, and white men make up about 40%. So it's almost kind of even with them. But as far as women, wow. I'm looking at this paper. 64% of the HIV positive women are black women, and only 19% are white. So to me, that number is telling. It's like somebody lying to somebody. It's like, it's a lot. That's why this whole download thing is so big, because why is the number so high for black women? And I think part of it is we're just so trusting of these men, and they're sneaking out and doing things with women and men. And so we just really, I mean, there are men married women who get HIV. You know, so it's almost like nobody's safe. Even if the day comes when I get married, I will still get tested. I will trust my husband and I will love him. But I mean, these days, like I said, married women are getting HIV and diseases. And also another point I want to hit on is I also need to go to the doctor to get my cholesterol checked, blood pressure, and all that stuff to make sure I'm healthy. I haven't been in a while. So I just think, because just the black community, we just do not go to the doctor the way that we should. You need to get your annual exam, ladies, HPV test, because, you know, don't want to go out with cervical cancer. That's something that's totally preventable. So, I mean, all of this is very, very, very important to us. I know a lot of people just don't want to know if they're sick, or don't want to know because they don't want to go through the treatment. They don't want to be ridiculed or whatever. But it's just, your health is paramount. It's very paramount, and if we're going to make it, we've got to do better. We've got to do better. We've got to look out for one another. I mean, this is across the board. I'm going to stick to this topic. I want to jump over to something else, but I'm not. But, ladies, this is y'all. Please get tested. Please be safe. Please use these. This is her pleasure. They made something just for us, ladies. Please use it. Please. I mean, I know we love hard and we trust, but, you know, it's just not worth it. Especially if we have kids, or if we want to have kids in the future. It's not worth going out over some random dude, or it's just not worth it. You know, my life is more valuable than that, and every time I take this test, it makes me think about that. So, I just want to put that out there. Get tested, everybody. White, black, Hispanic, Asian, all that. Get tested. This AIDS and HIV is totally preventable. We could wipe this out if we would just do right and get tested. You know, we could really wipe it off the mat. So, that's all I wanted to say for today. Thanks for listening.